Coming up on Good Morning Longhorns, an explosion at a Tennessee ammunition plant. What we know.
The Longhorns took home the Golden Hat at the Texas OU game. We're recapping the Red River rivalry.
The Grand Prix is back in Austin at the Circuit of the Americas. More on the F1 race.
Live in studio, we're talking with the president of the National Association of Hispanic Journalists at UT.
And finally, spooky season is finally here. We're giving you a guide for all the fall activities in Austin. All this and more coming up right here, right now, on Good Morning Longhorns. Good Morning Longhorns. For this Wednesday, October 15th, I'm Hallie Diamant.
And I'm Isabelle Ballard. Thanks for joining us this morning. How are you doing this week, Hallie?
I'm good, I'm tired, but I'm ready to start my day. How are you?
I'm feeling the same.
Students protested in front of the tower today, demanding the UT administration reject Trump's compact deal. Over 100 students came out to protest the university for publicly considering the compact, with speakers warning accepting it will compromise the academic freedom of both students and faculty. The deal would direct universities to crack down on protests, define a strict definition of gender, and restructure departments that the Trump administration claims punishes conservatives in exchange for increased access to federal funds. Over the weekend, many federal workers received layoff notices. As many as 4,200 workers over 7 agencies received notice that they were being laid off at the end of last week, according to NPR. The layoffs hit at least 7 agencies, with the Department of Treasury, the Department of Health and Human Services, and the Department of Education being the hardest hits. The layoffs come after many threats by President Trump to lay off federal workers as punishment for the Democrats amid the government's ongoing shutdown.
Last Friday, an explosives plant in Tennessee exploded. The Tennessee explosives plant supplied and researched explosives for the military. The plant contained bulk explosives, landmines, and C4. The explosion occurred early in the morning, and investigators are unsure of what caused the accident. Residents 20 minutes away from the plant said they could feel the explosion in their homes. Following the incident, members of the Maple Valley Baptist Church devoted their Sunday service to the 16 deceased individuals and their families.
Texas is now involved in President Trump's deployment of troops to major American cities. Last week, Trump requested Governor Abbott to send 200 troops from the National Guard to Chicago. These troops are tasked with protecting ICE agents and federal property. While Abbott is in full support of the move, some Democrat representatives say it's an abuse of Trump's authority. A federal court blocked the deployment of federal troops in Illinois, but state troops are still allowed to be under federal control.
Back in Austin, an officer with the APD has been placed on restricted duty and removed from patrol after videos surfaced of an altercation on 6th Street, according to KXAN. A witness video from the incident appears to show one officer punching a person multiple times, another holding a second person on the ground, and a third helping the first officer hold someone down. Another video appears to show an officer shoving a bystander. APD said it will review body camera footage and has not yet released the names of the officers involved. TSTV News will provide updates on this story as it progresses.
A No Kings protest is set to take place in Austin this Saturday. This is a follow-up to the first set of protests against President Trump that took place across the nation in June of 2025. An item on the Austin City Council's meeting agenda last week regarding whether or not the city should waive over $120,000 of protest fees received criticism from President Trump, who said, quote, "If it were a conservative rally, they wouldn't be waiving it," end quote. The item did not pass due to its high costs. The protest is still set to take place Saturday afternoon with a large turnout.
The Texas Education Agency launched a new hotline last week geared towards students experiencing homelessness. This hotline, known as the Texas Education for Homeless Children and Youth Support, comes after Austin ISD reported that around 1,000 students in the district were homeless in August. The hotline gives parents and educators the opportunity to call and connect with someone who can find support. It also offers a web portal in which anyone can submit requests and inquiries. It's open Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 3:30 p.m.
Last Wednesday, Governor Greg Abbott increased symbolic speech restrictions by ordering Texas cities to remove all pavement art, specifically the Austin Pride crosswalk and the, quote, Black Lives Matter displays within 30 days or risk the loss of funding for road projects. The city of Austin has already replied that they will be complying with the order. In response, members of the LGBTQ+ and Queer Quality of Life Advisory Commission declared this as an attack on queer Texans, and supporters of the community rallied against the order at the Defend Our Crosswalks protest on Monday.
Today, Moody College of Communications is putting on the first Moody Cares event of the semester. The event will be from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. in the Walter Cronkite Plaza by the CMA. Students can learn about the mental health resources available on campus and connect with other students. Moody Cares will have fun activities and mental health resources for students to give a mid-semester break.
UT has now launched a brand new on-campus emergency response team known as UT CERT. The student-led program trains volunteers in disaster preparedness, first aid, and safety procedures to assist during campus emergencies. It's a part of a growing effort to make UT more resilient and self-sufficient in times of crisis. Students who complete the training will be ready to support first responders and help keep the Longhorn community safe.
Big news out of the UT Department of Molecular Biology, Professor Jason McClellan received a MacArthur Fellowship last week. The award is also known as the Genius Grant. McClellan and his research team helped develop a vaccine against RSV, which is a virus that causes infections in one's respiratory system. He later designed a shape-shifting protein which became an important part of the COVID-19 vaccines. MacArthur Fellows are chosen for groundbreaking creative work and are awarded $800,000 over 5 years.
If you have no plans Friday, come to your senses and head to the Texas Science and Natural History Museum at Fest of the Senses. You'll touch, taste, see, smell, and hear through the venue. From learning how aromas influence our behaviors in the odorant to a close look at fossil specimens, this is truly one-of-a-kind experience. The event is from 6:30 to 9 p.m. and tickets are $25 for general admission, $20 for UT students and faculty and staff, and $15 for museum members.
The Texas Fight Rally and Parade was held last Wednesday. The parade started at the corner of Guadalupe with student groups including the Longhorn Band, Cheer, and numerous spirit organizations making their way to the tower. TSTV's Christina Kristanova took a closer look at how students celebrated the occasion.
I remember as a freshman, I was just like, wow, like this is crazy. Like this is a normal like Wednesday evening for us.
Last Wednesday, the Texas Exes held the annual Texas Fight Rally and Parade. It's been a tradition here at UT since 1916, sending our football team off to victory against OU. Vanessa Rubio, the rally's second-time MC, says this year's turnout was huge.
These barricades out here, they were filled. The student groups, edge to edge. I didn't expect that many of the football players to be there too. And then this is the first year the president and the university has spoken at the Texas Fight Rally.
We aren't #1 in football this year, but that hasn't seemed to stop Longhorn pride.
Seeing all the energy, even cars stop by, that's what I loved about something like this. It really brings the community together, and you can see that.
At this year's Texas Fight Rally, students and student organizations showed up and showed out, some even winning massive awards.
Got $1,000 for our org.
This grand prize was given out to the Texas Blue as the best overall organization.
We just came up with what we thought was gonna eat the theme, and it was wrap it up. We got a prize for it.
To participate, student orgs had to have a creative banner, show school spirit, and bring as many members as possible. Second-year officer Alyssa Silva says they worked on their banner for hours.
It was just really like monumental because we put so much into our org.
Competitions like these contribute to the hype energy at the rally, which Rubio explains was especially needed this year.
Even though we had lost to Florida, this is just a really special game, and I hope that like this rally got them even more excited. I'm not gonna say we're gonna win or lose, but I think there's hope for the game that we'll come back with that gold hat.
And come back with the gold hat we did, finishing out the OU game on Saturday with a score of 23-6. For TSTV News, I'm Christina Krasnova.
Coming up, it's finally starting to feel like fall in Austin. Your local forecast is next.
13 of the 48 club sports offered by the university now require students to submit proof of sex assigned at birth.
I know deep down they would probably want to stay with the university.
No way.
Welcome back. The fall season is finally here, but is it fall weather yet?
Joining us in the Weather Center to tell us more is Daniel Davila. Good morning, Daniel.
Thanks, Isabelle and Haley. And good morning. This week we're counting on our streak of hot and sunny days in Austin. While the highs are staying relatively the same, the lows are reaching mid-60s, meaning cooler mornings and nights. Today we are seeing a high of 92 degrees with a low of 64 and partly cloudy skies. Tomorrow's high will drop 2 degrees to 90 degrees, and the low degrees will be 67 degrees. Again, on Friday we see the same to 90 degrees and a low of 70. Looking towards the weekend, Saturday we expect a high of 93 with a low of 63, and Sunday a high of 89 with a low of 64. Perfect weather to enjoy fall festivities like pumpkin patches. That's all from the Weather Center. I'm Daniel Davila. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Daniel. After a devastating loss last week, the Longhorns are back, defeating rival number 6 Oklahoma 23-6. Texas needed this win to keep any playoff hopes alive. Arch Manning completed 21 of 27 passes for 166 yards and threw a dime of a touchdown to DeAndre Moore Jr. The play that sealed Texas's fate was a 75-yard punt return from Ryan Niblett. This is the second year in a row that Oklahoma has not scored a touchdown against Texas. The Golden Hat is staying in Austin. Coach Stark said, quote, "We learned how to fight today. We saw the true character of the men in that locker room," end quote. The AP poll now has Texas back in the rankings at number 21 as Oklahoma falls to number 14. The Longhorns' next game is on the road at Kentucky, 6 p.m. on Saturday.
In more Longhorn wins, Texas volleyball continues to stay undefeated, defeating number 17 Tennessee and Alabama this week. The team has advanced to 14-0, being 6-0 in SEC play. Against Tennessee, Tori Stafford set a new career high of kills at 30, and Ella Swindle had her 4th double-double of the season. In the Alabama game, double-digit kills: Tori Stafford, Abby Vanderwall, Aiden Ames, and Kari Spears. The Longhorns' next match is home against Arkansas at 6:30 p.m. Friday in Gregory Gymnasium.
Continuing on this winning streak, Texas swimming and diving beat Alabama Friday to start their season. The women's team won 211 to 88.5, winning 13 of 16 events. Eva Akaro's anchor leg split of 20.97 seconds in the 400-yard freestyle relay made her the first Texas woman ever to split a 20 from the relay swing. The men's team won 216 to 82, winning 14 of their 16 events. David Johnston led the team, winning in the 1,000-yard freestyle and 500 free. Nick Harris swept both the 1-meter and 2-meter diving events. The teams face Tennessee at home next Friday, October 24th. Prelims for the match will be at 10 a.m. and finals at 5:30 p.m.
Texas men's basketball has released their schedule for the 2025-26 season. The team is not ranked in the preseason top 25 AP poll, falling short at 29. Texas will have a challenging season ahead, playing talented opponents like UConn, Virginia, and Duke. 6 SEC teams are in the poll, making conference play for the Longhorns intense as well. Texas's first game of the season is the inaugural Dick Vitale Invitational. The Longhorns will play Duke at the Spectrum Center in Charlotte, North Carolina. It will be at 8:45 p.m. November 4th.
Before basketball season starts up, the 2025 United States Grand Prix is taking place this weekend in Austin at the Circuit of the Americas. Fans from around the world are coming into town to experience a true Texas F1 moment. The race will feature live entertainment from country and EDM stars, an interactive fan zone, and Texas culinary favorites like BBQ and Tex-Mex. In 2022, Austin became the most attended race of the season, with 440,000 fans, projected to attract around the same. The race is a must-go if you're around and bored in Austin this weekend.
Last Wednesday, campus events and entertainment hosted the Autumn Moon Festival in celebration of Chinese culture. Among the festivities were mooncakes and a lion dance performance. TSTV News' Daniel Davila brings us more about the event.
I think it's really important, especially now, for people to share their own cultures, no matter who you are, where you're from.
Senior Wilson Bai is part of the Korean Music Association, a group that performed last Wednesday at the Texas Union.
This was actually my first performance with KMA, and can't say it went poorly, so I would say it's a very successful debut, and I'm very happy with it, and that was my favorite part.
Campus events and entertainment hosted the Autumn Moon Festival, a a harvest festival celebrated in Chinese culture. The festival dates back over 3,000 years and takes place on a day the moon is at its fullest and brightest. Students also had the chance to win raffle prizes. Freshman Kimberly Ibarra was one of the lucky few.
It feels really cool because also my friend won the raffle. So one time we lost the raffle together and we lost the winning ticket. So it's like, oh, we get redemption arc.
A lively lion dance also made an appearance at the event. The lion dance symbolizes power, wisdom, and good fortune. At the Union, attendees decorated Chinese folding fans, created mooncakes out of clay, and made festive lanterns. And it wouldn't be a moon festival without mooncakes. The event provided students with a variety of food like dumplings and egg rolls. Rigo Guiterres, Director of Student Programs, says E&E aims to bring awareness to traditions and cultures all over the world. He adds that events like these are fully organized by students from planning to execution in just 8 weeks.
We hope students keep coming to the unions to enjoy events, and I hope that this Autumn Moon Festival is an event that they'll remember for the rest of their time at UT.
Daniel Davila, CSTV News.
Shifting to ACL, the festival for 2025 is officially over. Festival goers braved another hot weekend to see many favorite artists from Weekend 1 and some new additions for Weekend 2. The second week of the festival saw the return of all the headliners. It also saw newcomers like Sam Barber on Friday and Pierce the Veil and Zed's Dead on Saturday. Sabrina Carpenter brought out the country band The Chicks to sing their song Wide Open Spaces, and Role Model brought Lizzie McAlpine out to be Sally during his Friday performance. With unforgettable moments and lots of fun, ACL once again proved why it is such a beloved Austin tradition.
Speaking of music, after releasing a record-breaking album, The Life of a Showgirl, less than 2 weeks ago, Taylor Swift strikes again with the big news as she announced Monday on Good Morning America that she's coming out with a 6-part docuseries titled Taylor Swift: The Eras Tour, The End of an Era, end quote. That will be exclusively on Disney+. The first 2 episodes will come out on December 12th. This week, 2-week series will show a behind-the-scenes look at the tour and will be accompanied by the release of a concert film, which was shot at the tour finale in Vancouver, BC.
And another documentary follows One Direction stars Zayn Malik and Lewis Tomlinson as they road trip across America. According to an official press release, the documentary will show the stars, quote, opening up about life, love, loss, and fatherhood, end quote. Malik and Tomlinson are expected to discuss the death of One Direction member Liam Payne, who passed away last year. The documentary is directed by Nicole Marsh, who also directed the 2024 Demi Lovato documentary Child Star. There's no title or official release date at this time.
After the break, we're joined with Miranda Liguez to talk about the National Association of Hispanic Journalists at UT. We'll be right back.
Tell anybody who's going to tell my daughters what to do with their bodies.
This state is one of the worst in child education.
We can't take it anymore, seeing those scenes.
Going to Hillel on Friday night, all my family members kept texting me not to go.
There's a huge housing crisis in Austin. Do you have a plan in place to address this issue? Determined to start your day well? We're up bright and early. From the enriching local stories to the weather forecast later in the day. Rain or shine, at Good Morning Longhorns, we got you covered. Comprised of a studious reporting staff going lengths to get that scoop, and a talented technical team to enhance your screen visually. As a fellow Longhorn, your mornings are better with us. So start your day the Vivo way. Good Morning Longhorns, Wednesdays at 7 a.m. Central Time on TSTV.
Welcome back. Today is the last day of Hispanic Heritage Month, and we're spotlighting one UT organization that's celebrating the occasion.
Here with us is the president of the National Hispanic Association of Journalists at UT, Miranda Liguez. Good morning, Miranda.
Good morning.
So starting off, those who haven't heard of NAHJ, how would you describe it?
So NAHJ's mission is just to support any Latino in the newsroom. And so for student support looks like internship help, getting connections with other alumna, and also our big ticket is the conference, which happens every year, and just making sure that students have the resources to go.
And what would you say are some of the events NAHJ has put on in the past year?
So in the past year, we've hosted quite a few speakers. So just yesterday, we actually had somebody from the AP come and talk to us, which is really amazing. We also host like general social events, which is also awesome, but we also really want to work on internship and resume building, so those hard skills.
So as a big draw for many students in NAHJ is finding like-minded students on such a big campus. As president, how have you created this sense of community?
I think what we do is sort of like be very honest. It's obviously in our name, National Association of Hispanic Journalists. I think that can kind of limit people to think like, oh, it's only for Hispanics, or you know what. The mission is just to really support Latinos in the newsroom, but we've had a plethora of people come in. There are some people who are not even journalism majors, you know, just really wanting to get that skill, but also creating a welcoming environment for Hispanics, yeah.
And as Hispanic Heritage Month is wrapping up, why is it important to you that there is a space for Hispanic students passionate about journalism?
I think it can often feel, even just in journalism alone, a little bit isolating. You know, it may seem daunting. Some students don't come from the same background. Maybe they didn't have a high school program at where they were originally from. And so making sure that everyone has equal footing. And so if NAHJ needs to help one person a little bit more, well, we're here for that. So yeah.
And what goals do you have for NAHJ for the rest of the year?
Well, our big goal, obviously, is to get as many students as possible to that conference. So, you know, as we go into the spring semester, really getting that ball running on fundraising and, you know, such to make sure that we get to NOLA next year.
Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning, Miranda.
Yeah, you can check out more of what goes on at NAHJ on their Instagram at TXN@AHJ.
All right, thank you, Haley, and thank you, Isabelle Grace.
Thank you. Coming up, the fall season is here. We're talking about all the fun fall activities to do in Austin this month. Don't go anywhere.
13 of the 48 club sports offered by the university now require students to submit proof of sex assigned at birth.
I know deep down they would probably want to stay with the university.
No way in hell anybody's going to tell my daughters what to do with their bodies.
This state is one of the worst in child education.
We can't take it anymore seeing those scenes.
Going to Hillel on Friday night, all my family members kept texting me not to go.
There's a huge housing crisis in Austin. Do you have a plan in place to address this issue? Determined to start your day well? We're up bright and early. From the enriching local stories to the weather forecast later in the day. Rain or shine, at Good Morning Longhorns, we got you covered. Comprised of a studious reporting staff going lengths to get that scoop, and a talented technical team to enhance your screen visually. As a fellow Longhorn, your mornings are better with us. So start your day the Vivo way.
Welcome back to Good Morning Longhorns. As October continues, so do the activities. We're here to bring you all the fun events that are going on throughout the city. Gabby is here to bring us all about what's going on in the fall. Welcome, Gabby.
Good morning, Hallie and Isabelle Grace. Between midterms, ACL, and Texas OU, the first half of October is so go, go, go for UT students. But it's important to make sure we take advantage of all the fun fall festivities in Austin. Personally, fall is one of my favorite times of year, and my bucket list is practically a mile long.
So, guys, what do we think? Is it really busy? Have you guys been really busy?
Yeah.
Crazy busy. Yeah.
It's been so crazy. Anyway, so the first thing on my to-dos is the Austin in the Park series. Every year, the Austin Parks Foundation puts on a couple of movies at public parks around Austin, and a month from now, they're showing Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, which should be a sweet, family-friendly, fun gathering. one of my favorite things to do when it gets chilly is to cozy up and watch a movie. I think that it's great that they're showing like a funny movie because I'm really scared of scary movies. I hate scary movies, and that it's outdoor. Like you can just really enjoy the nice fall weather.
Yeah, I don't do scary movies.
I'm not a scary movies person either.
Like my ideal fall movie, Grover's Monster.
Ooh.
That's good.
Disney Channel, Grover's Monster.
Wait, I'm like
That's as scary as it gets.
That's fair. I'm like a When Harry Met Sally girl. You've Got Mail. Like I need the New York vibes. I love
I'm a Gilmore Girls
rom-com.
fan too.
Gilmore Girls is perfect.
All right, even though will still be warm in Austin, that doesn't mean you can't dress in big, chunky sweaters and head to the pumpkin patch, and that's exactly what my friends and I are going to do this week. The Indian Springs Ranch, tucked into a neighborhood in South Austin, transforms their property into a harvest paradise every year. The 2025 Fall Festival runs from September 27th to November 1st and features farm animals like camels, water buffalo, zebras, and cows. More than 30 types of pumpkins and an authentic Native American teepee. So, I'm so curious, what is the zebra? I'm confused.
Wait, honestly, I have no idea.
How do they have a zebra at the pumpkin patch?
I don't really.
Is it like a pony dressed as a zebra?
I couldn't tell you. I read that and I was like, what? There's a zebra? I don't know. My friends and I are going, so I'll have to let you guys know.
Can you guys let us know? You have to let us know. I have no idea how
I'm
they
so
would
curious.
transport a zebra there unless
And
maybe
what?
they're taking it from a zoo.
I don't know that that's legal, but whatever. I could keep going on and on with my list, but in the spirit of Halloween, I wanted to end off with a spooky activity. The House of Torment, which is open until November 9th, has been consistently reviewed as Austin's legendary and scariest Halloween event. It may not be for the weak of heart, but this haunted house is for sure to make a genuinely bone-chilling night.
So as I can see, none of us love horror, so I don't know if that's gonna work. I've seen other people from Good Morning Longhorns go. It looks too scary for me. What do you guys think?
No, it's definitely too scary for me. What about you?
I honestly kind of want to go. I don't know. I feel like it's kind of fun to have a jump scare every once in a while.
Okay, let's go, Grace.
Wow, oh my god. Well, that's all the time we have for this Wednesday. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Hallie Diamant.
And I'm Isabelle Grace Ballard. From our Good Morning Longhorns team, we'll see you back here next week for Campus First News. You can follow us on Instagram at Good Morning Longhorns and check out our website at tstvnews.com.